If your confidence has been feeling fragile lately, don't worry. You're not broken. You're just a human who's been through things. And if your self trust has been acting like that one friend who says, I'll be there at 7 and shows up at 9:42 with iced coffee and excuses, you're not alone. Welcome back to Calm Compass, your space to breathe, reset, and gently rebuild the parts of yourself that life has knocked around a little. Today, we're talking about ways to rebuild confidence and self trust, because you deserve to feel capable, grounded, and proud of yourself again. Let's take a breath and begin. Why confidence breaks in the first place. Confidence doesn't disappear overnight. It usually erodes slowly, like a phone battery that used to last all day and now dies at 2 p.m. for no reason. Sometimes it's because you've been criticized too much. You've been stretched too thin. You've been comparing yourself to people who don't even exist offline. Or you've been surviving instead of thriving. And self-trust? That breaks when you've made promises to yourself and life, stress, or burnout made it impossible to keep them. But here's the good news. Confidence and self-trust are skills, not personality traits. Skills can be rebuilt. Step 1. Start with small wins. Confidence doesn't come from doing huge things. It comes from doing small things consistently. Think of it like leveling up in a video game. You don't fight the final boss first. You fight the little slime creature that dies in one hit. So start with tiny wins. Drink a glass of water. Make your bed. Reply to that one email you've been avoiding since the Renaissance. Every small win whispers to your brain, see, we can do things. And those whispers add up. That's how confidence grows, quietly, steadily, and without drama. Step 2. Keep promises to yourself. Self-trust is built the same way trust is built with anyone else. You say you'll do something, and then you actually do it. But here's the trick. You have to make realistic promises. Not, I'll wake up at 5 a.m. and run 12 miles. More like, I'll stretch for 30 seconds so my spine doesn't sound like bubble wrap. Start with promises you can keep even on your worst day, because every kept promise tells your brain, I can rely on myself. And that feeling, that's self-trust being rebuilt brick by brick. Step 3. Stop talking to yourself like a bully. If you spoke to your friends the way you speak to yourself, you would have zero friends. Confidence can't grow in a hostile environment, and your mind is the environment you live in. So try this. When you catch yourself saying something harsh, pause and rephrase it like you're talking to someone you care about. Instead of, you're such a failure, try, you're overwhelmed and that's okay. Let's take one step. Instead of, you always mess things up, try, you're learning, you're trying, that matters. Your inner voice is either your biggest critic or your biggest ally. You get to choose which one it becomes. Step 4. Rebuild evidence, not ego. Confidence isn't about believing you're amazing at everything. It's about having evidence that you can handle things. So start collecting proof. Times you showed up even when you were scared. Times you solved a problem you thought you couldn't. Times you kept going when quitting would have been easier. Your brain loves receipts. Show it the truth. Because confidence built on evidence, that's the kind that lasts. Step 5. Let yourself be a beginner again. One of the fastest ways to rebuild confidence is to do things you're bad at, on purpose. Not everything has to be a performance. Not everything has to be perfect. Sometimes you just need to try something new and let yourself be delightfully mediocre. Take a class. Try a hobby. Do yoga and fall over like a majestic tree in slow motion. Beginners aren't insecure. They're brave. Because trying again is an act of self-trust. Step 6. Surround yourself with people who see you clearly. Confidence grows faster around people who reflect your strengths back to you. You don't need hype men. You need people who say, you're capable, you're growing, you're doing better than you think. And if you don't have those people yet, let this be your reminder. You're allowed to outgrow environments that shrink you. Choose people who make you feel like yourself, not the version of you that's constantly apologizing for existing. Step 7. Celebrate the smallest wins. Confidence doesn't come from big achievements. It comes from acknowledging the tiny ones. Did you drink water today? Celebrate. Did you rest when you were tired? Celebrate. Did you say no to something that drained you? Throw a parade. Your brain needs positive reinforcement. It's basically a golden retriever with anxiety. Celebrate the small wins. They're the foundation of the big ones. Step 8. Forgive your past self. You can't rebuild confidence if you're still punishing yourself for who you used to be. Past you was doing the best they could with the tools they had. Present you has better tools. Future you will have even more. Forgiveness isn't letting yourself off the hook. It's letting yourself move forward. And nothing rebuilds self-trust faster than saying, I understand why I did that, and I'm choosing differently now. Today's topic takeaway. Confidence isn't a personality trait. It's a practice. Self-trust isn't something you're born with. It's something you rebuild. One small promise, one small win, one kind thought at a time. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're rebuilding, and that's powerful. Thank you for spending this time with Calm Compass. Keep calm and trust yourself a little more today.